so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and of the brave.
Live from Studio 46, this is CBS 2 News This Morning.
Breaking news, a man in critical condition after being shot at a gas station. Police sources are telling us the victim was just pumping gas.
And a potential solution to the commuting chaos for some LIRR riders. The changes coming to trains and schedules after days of complaints.
Plus, a high-profile murder trial ends with a guilty verdict. When we'll learn the consequences Alex Murdaugh will face for killing his wife and son.
Good morning on this Friday, March 3rd. I'm Cindy Shum for Chris Raggi.
And I'm Mary Calvi. Welcome to CBS 2 News This Morning. We'll get to the day's top stories in just a moment for you. But first, let's turn things over to the First Alert forecast. And here's Elise Finch at 431.
Good morning. So we are in for an interesting day. Things start out fairly calm and dry, but that is not how we'll end the day. Let's take a look at some of your temperatures to get started. We're at 38 degrees right now for Central Park, 28 degrees for the Hamptons, Monticello also at 28. Poughkeepsie is at 29, Sparta 31. So it depends where you are this morning. It's either really cold or just a little cold. In and around the city, just a little cold. We do have some clouds out there. This is a big picture look at where we stand right now, right? So obviously we're seeing a little bit of cloud cover from this disturbance, but no rain yet. You can see this is a pretty vigorous system and a large one at that. If you look around the St. Louis and Nashville areas, you can see we also do have some severe alerts, weather alerts with that system. So for us, we've got a cold but quiet start to the day. By midday, we start to see those clouds really increasing. Things start to thicken up, starts to get pretty gray out there. And then we are expecting late day rain and some snow showers. I'll time it all out for you coming up. But for now, I'll send it back to you.
Elise, thank you. 432 into breaking news. Sources say a customer pumping gas was shot and critically injured at a Bronx gas station.
It happened shortly before 1 o'clock this morning. CBS 2's Zania Maldonado joins us live from the scene in the Tremont section. And Zania, what do we know?
Well, Mary and Cindy, right now police are still on scene, and as you can see behind me, they do have the gas station taped off. Now, this is a pretty well-lit golf gas station right off of Webster Avenue, which even at this hour is pretty busy with traffic. Now, this is where police say a 51-year-old man was shot in the head just a couple of hours ago before 1 a.m. Sources say the shooting took place while that victim was pumping gas. He was taken to St. Barnabas Hospital, where he is in critical condition. Police say they're now searching for a male suspect, although no description of that suspect was released or any information on what led up to the shooting, as well as this investigation is ongoing, and we will remain on scene gathering more information as it comes in. But for now, live from the Tremont section of the Bronx, Zania Maldonado, CBS 2 News.
Zania, thank you. 433 and the Long Island Railroad says it is making changes following blowback from riders about the new schedule.
The railroad says it's adding new service and more cars on crowded trains. CBS News' John Diaz has been on this story all week long, talking with frustrated commuters. This morning, he's live at the Atlantic Terminal in Brooklyn. Hi, John.
Cindy and Mary, good morning to both of you. And if all goes according to the MTA's newest plan, today should be the last weekday of all this chaos for these commuters. Here at Atlantic Terminal, to be specific, they will be enhancing on services here, adding more shuttle trains here starting next week. Now, LI leaders admitting that this is all, quote, growing pains due to the construction of the new station on Manhattan's east side, Grand Central Madison. Now, commuter advocates say that the MTA should have surveyed riders before all of this. Some people going as far as calling this a state of emergency. We're live this morning from Atlantic Terminal here in Brooklyn. John Diaz, CBS 2 News.
John, thank you. In a trial that has drawn attention nationwide, disgraced South Carolina attorney Alex Murdaugh has been convicted of murdering his wife and son. The jury delivered the guilty verdict last night after less than 3 hours of deliberations. It follows a dramatic 6-week-long trial in which the 54-year-old Murdaugh took the stand in his own defense.
And our criminal justice system worked tonight. It gave a voice to Maggie and Paul Murdaugh, who were brutally mowed down and murdered on the night of June 7th, 2021 by someone that they loved and someone that they trusted.
After the verdict was read, the judge denied a motion from the defense to declare a mistrial. Sentencing is set for today. Murdaugh faces life in prison without parole. Tomorrow night, 48 Hours explores the case and Murdaugh's double life. See it here on CBS 2 at 10 p.m.
Rapper Travis Scott will reportedly turn himself in next week, according to sources. He's wanted for questioning after an assault at a Midtown nightclub. Police say a sound engineer was punched in the face at the club Nebula Wednesday morning. $12,000 worth of equipment was damaged. The NYPD believes Scott was involved. He could face misdemeanor assault and criminal mischief charges. Scott's attorney said in part, any statements about the incident involving Travis are clearly an attempt to sensationalize what is nothing more than a misunderstanding.
438, a rare agreement in Washington. The House Ethics Committee voted unanimously to investigate embattled Congressman George Santos.
The House Ethics panel created a subcommittee made up of 2 Democrats and 2 Republicans to look at a wide range of potential violations. Dick Brennan has more.
440 right now, customers of Hoboken Water Utility no longer have to boil their water after Monday's water main break. The utility lifted the boil water advisory yesterday. The water main break was a major inconvenience for residents, restaurants, and other businesses. Even though the advisory has been lifted, there are several measures that residents are encouraged to take, including running faucets for 3 to 5 minutes and cleaning ice makers. We have a list of the recommendations on our website. That's at cbsnewyork.com.
It is 440 and coming up, a place to call home.
The new housing in the works that's giving adults with autism more independence.
And after we hand it off to CBS Mornings at 7 a.m., your local news continues on our streaming platform, CBS News New York. We'll be live with more traffic and weather, as well as the top stories of the day. You can watch us wherever, whenever, on the CBS News app and on Pluto TV.
CBS News New York is not just on your screen. We're in your community, helping you navigate the day.
Thanks so much for joining us.
From point A to point B.
Great stretch of weather.
Connecting you with neighbors and causes that matter.
Our motto here at CBS 2 News is better together.
On your corner and in your corner. Just download the free Pluto TV app on any device. Click on News and Opinion and scroll down to CBS News New York.
Only here on CBS News New York.
John Elliott with your First Alert weather on CBS 2.
Welcome back to CBS 2 News this morning on this Friday. Time for a check on your First Alert forecast. Hi, Elise.
Hi, Cindy. Good morning to you. So today is an interesting end to the work week. We start out with some quiet conditions, but things get wet and stormy as we head into the evening hours especially. So we're taking a live look outside right now. This is from our camera atop the Empire State Building. Right now, mostly clear, 38 degrees. Winds out of the northeast at just 6 miles an hour. So it's cold with a light breeze out there. Some of our suburbs are particularly cold. Kingston at 28, Quogue at 28, Wayne at 28. 28. So we do have some very, very cold temperatures for some. Some clouds that are streaming in, but obviously the clouds will be on the increase as we head throughout the morning as this system approaches. So a significant rain event later today. So it becomes cloudy throughout the morning. We're expecting a high of 44 degrees. We will see some rain late. Some snow develops as well. But again, this is our prompting of the red alert is more for the heavy rain and the gusty winds that will last into the overnight hours. With that, I'll send it back to you.
Elise, thank you. 446, a new home for adults who are on the autism spectrum is in the works in Westchester County.
Government services usually end by the age of 21, but as CBS 2's Lisa Rosner reports, this one model that could make life a bit easier for them.
449 and up next, fighting to make mothers' voices heard.
I delivered at a highly regarded hospital, but I walked out feeling disrespected, unseen, and traumatized.
Research finds inequities when it comes to how some black women are treated during childbirth. Meet the mother who's pushing for change.
Stock futures are higher this morning after gains on Wall Street Thursday. The Dow added more than 340 points. The S&P was up by 29. The Nasdaq gained 83.
CBS News New York, streaming hyper-local news right down to your neighborhood.
So what do we mean by that?
We're talking stories about the mom and pop shop in town.
When that new train station will open.
What's changing at your child's school?
You know, all the unique things that impact our communities here in the tri-state area.
Get it on the CBS News app and Pluto TV, wherever, whenever.
We're inside some of the busiest communities on Earth, streaming the news that matters to you.
On this Friday, March 3rd, we're starting out with temperatures in the 30s. Let's get to that first alert forecast at 4:52. Hi, Lise.
Hi, Mary. Good morning to you. Things are calm right now, but it is literally the calm before the storm. Things are going to get wet and windy as we head into the evening hours, and we could see some flooding as well. So we take a live look outside. Things are actually pretty clear right now. Cold. 38 degrees in New York City. Winds are out of the northeast at 6 miles an hour, so it's a light breeze, but definitely some cold temperatures. And not a whole lot of warming happens today. We're starting out right now in the city in the upper 30s, expecting a high in the low 40s. In fact, pretty much all locations in the tri-state area today will be in the low to mid 40s, with 43 for Woodbury, 45 for Trenton, 42 for Bridgeport, Connecticut, and Bridgehampton. For tonight, though, that's when we see that heavy rain. So this looks to have slowed down just a bit. Instead of moving in around 4 or 5, it's really after 7 p.m. that we see this system moving in. But for New York City, this is a heavy rain and wind event. We will see some snow and sleet and potentially freezing rain well north and west. With that, I'll send it back to you.
Elise, thank you. Black women are at a significant disadvantage while pregnant and giving birth. A new study shows black women and babies die at significantly higher rates than their white counterparts, regardless of income.
CBS 2's Jessica Moore looks into the problem and explores solutions for pregnant black women. 4:56 right now, still ahead. After days of complaints from LIRR riders, there's change on the way what the railroad is doing to make it right.
Plus, people across the country watched his testimony live. Now a jury has found Alex Murdaugh guilty. What's next in the high-profile case? You're watching CBS 2 News this morning.